So I've taken all the coffee off. I've taken all the coffee off again. I had no coffee, then I said, Chad, I'm out of coffee. Now I have too much coffee. So now we pump the brakes for a little bit on coffee. Neat. I mean, I guess. I do need to get in touch with them and find out. I was gifted by Champion a $100 gift card to a local. Feels very loud. I was gifted a $100 gift card to a local butchery by Champion, and I was genuinely hoping to get out there because it's a digital good. All they got to do is put my information in, and it literally just gifts it online. I was hoping to use it to potentially go get this beef tenderloin that I need for dinner on Christmas Day, but I don't see where that's shown up. They said the details in the order said they'd email it to me, but I don't see an emailed digital gift card chilling anywhere. So I gotta figure out what's going on with that. I'd love to just go to that butcher today and get that handled. That butcher I know had to shut down for a couple of weeks because their staff was somebody came in, some maskless turd came in and infected their staff with COVID, so they had a COVID outbreak at Christmas time, so they had to shut down for the first like 2 weeks of December, which is part of the reason that Champion and I kind of went in on the idea of like, let's see if Throne will let us get a gift card for them so that we can help offset these holiday losses. But now I need that gift card because I need a beef tenderloin for dinner. And I'll go buy it at Wegmans if I have to, but I prefer to, I would prefer to go get it from a local butcher if I can. It'd save me money and support the local economy at the same time. Not that Wegmans isn't a place I mind giving my money to, but push comes to shove, if I can support local, I'd much rather do that. At this time of year, you might need to order at least the day before to ensure you get that cut of meat you're looking for. You're absolutely potentially right. You're absolutely right. We'll see. I don't know. I mean, like, worst case scenarios, I can futz with it on the fly. Oh my god. I don't know what I was hoping that would be. But more options is pretty stinking good. Pretty stinking good. Belmont Butchery is open. Their website is super happy to announce that their staff is free of COVID and desperately trying to fulfill as much holiday business as they can. Damn, yeah, I might have to give it one more check and then just be like, hey, Throne, this is an instantaneous delivery. What's going on? I need to get a beef tenderloin. Hello, please? Epstein's, get fucked. I suppose so. Blood bombs is fine. Yeah, I'll take one.
Infested.
Can I tell you something that I think is funny, chat? Tough shit, because I'm going to do it anyway. Did you check the spam filter? Yeah, I did. I checked... I searched my inbox for the name of the butcher, which is Belmont Butcher. I searched my inbox for the name of the butcher, and I didn't see anything in my inbox except for the notifications that had been purchased. Throne. I told Throne, I was like, you're gonna want to make me a partner. And they were like, we're very busy right now. Can this wait? And I was like, no, this can't wait. You need to make me a partner like yesterday. Champion and the rest of my chat, please. Make them notice me. So Champion and the rest of you did in fact make them notice me. And they're like, holy shit, would you like to be a partner? And I was like, I thought you'd never ask. I'm so happy to finally hear from you. Let's do wonderful things together. And they were like, here's 60 invite codes. Do you have any friends you think you'd like to invite past the wait list? And I was like, I can think of a few. And then last night, I got hit up on Discord, or night before last, I got hit up on Discord by Smashly. And Smash goes, Tappy, what's going on with Throne? Should I look into this? And I was like, here's a code. Skip the wait list. And now they have two of Champion's favorite people on Throne instead of any other gifting service. And I'm just like, I don't know if you guys know this, but just by jumping me to the front of the line, I'm gonna help you hit end of the year sales figures. I'm gonna pump your Q1 so far. You're gonna wish I didn't pump your Q1 so hard. Actually, I got hit up by like all of my inner circle. I got hit up by all of my inner circle. Smashly hit me up, Brizzy hit me up, Bree hit me up, Queeb hit me up. I think Justin hit me up. Yeah, Quiet Storm goes, what we're about to do, because you let me and Smashly onto your gifting service, is what we in the industry like to call a stress test. We're about to find out how good your infrastructure is. We're about to find out exactly what you can handle and what you can't. And then we're gonna go just a little bit further to find out what happens when parts break. I just thought it was very funny when Smashly came to me and was just like, hey, should I get in on this? And I was just like, oh my god. Somewhere, whoever owns Throne just got a boner and they don't know why. Somewhere. The owner and operator of Throne just got a massive boner or lady boner and doesn't know why. Oh god, industrial toasters? God, can you even imagine what the suggestions in Smashly's stream would look like? Can you even fathom what the suggestions on Smashly's throne would look like? Oh no, why did you hurt me? Pandemonium. Please stop hurting me. You guys are taking such weird lines, I can't dodge shit. Mostly a shitload of shoes. Shitload of shoes. A shitload of shoes and just toasters. Toasters as far as the eye can see. God damn it! I've got decent rate of fire and shot speed, which is causing knockback. But it's also making like my damage is ass terrible. This is like low-key homemade soy milk. This is, we've got soy milk at home. Yeah. I need this deal with the devil, don't you fuck with me. There we go. I thought I needed this deal with the devil. I think I'd rather just keep the health. Ooh, more shot speed. Thank goodness.
Friends till the end. Infested? Bombs are key.
Is there a key in the shop? I suddenly feel compelled to go look for a key in the shop. A lifetime supply of sugar-free Monster. What's funny is that's the kind that I don't often enjoy drinking energy drinks. But when I do, the sugar-free Monster, the white canister sugar-free Monster, and the sugar-free Red Bull are pretty up my alley, all things being equal. I just don't have them often enough to justify ever, like, having them around the house. I usually reserve that for, like, traveling. I absolutely should go grab the, if I'm gonna be doing this, I should absolutely have the fish head. Blue can Monster, low carb. I have to give that a shot. Dude, can I find this super secret room and can it be filled with red hearts? It's right there. Oh, I can smell you. You're right there. Oh, you've been outed. Well, you know what? I'm like half right. I do feel blessed. I'm too blessed to stress. So many bombs.
This is the story of the newest denizen of the
Ryan
cave.
Fish. Thanks to JJ Madison for their insane generosity, keeping this boy sub. Thanks for doing what you do, Taffy. Ryan Fish, pleasure is mine. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you showing up. Showing up and showing out. Greatly appreciated. How much more Monster does Smashley need? I don't know how much she still has left. I know that Champion bought me 12 pounds of canned cactus, and I still have 10 pounds of canned cactus. Smashley had so much stinking Monster energy drink that I'm not 100% certain how much she still has left, even though that joke happened like 2.5 years ago. I have to imagine that she's offloaded some to like local firefighters or something. I think we just go. I don't think we tempt fate here. I feel like we got about as much as we could possibly draw out of that sack room. Let's see, we got a penny. We got You Feel Blessed. 3 pennies was the 5th, so the next one could potentially teleport. Well, it would teleport us to a devil deal. Or give us a random chest. I think we've done 5. The 6th one would either take us to a devil deal, which we've already been to, or a random chest. Then the 7th one would either be an angel deal or a soul heart, but that would, it would fucking kill us. Yeah, no, well, I do have Soul of Lazarus, but that feels real dicey. Legit, man, if it wasn't for Isaac and you streaming on Twitch, I would have met 90%, wouldn't have met 90% of the people I hang out with on a daily basis, so thank you so much. It blows my mind that that, like, happens, you know? It blows my mind that, connections are, I mean, like, for crying out loud, one of the first people who convinced me... One of the first people who like, partially convinced me to come back to streaming was the Shazam. She bumped into me at a con that I didn't tell people I was going to because I hadn't been streaming for a year at that rate. But she bumped into me at a con, got really excited. I got super excited too. Told me that she had met her boyfriend because they hung out in this channel together. I got dinged in an old photo on, like, I don't remember, Facebook maybe? Please don't hurt me. I got dinged in an old photo on, like, Facebook or something where one of our older mods went and met one of our, like, oh my god. One of our older mods had gone and met up with, one of our first viewers. And they posted a photograph to social media talking about how exciting it was for them to be able to hang out and shoot the shit together. That they developed like a real brother-sister relationship that wouldn't have happened if this Twitch channel hadn't existed. So like it's flattering but very surreal to me. flattering but very surreal to me because like people give me credit for that. And I don't know that I feel like I deserve that. I just feel very, very fortunate to have had cool people decide to call this place home. I don't know. I don't know, Rini. You got your job because of you. In fairness, I did start the company, but like, you know, it would feel weird to me to, you know, get into that headspace of like, well, buy your boss a $100 bottle of wine because without him, you don't have a job. And I'm like, well, kinda. Oh, today's my day. Ah, live the dream! Get fucked, mini pin. I had to touch the analog stick on the PlayStation to make sure it's still, I don't know, doing its job. It's funny because what's funny is I want to go to MagFest. I do want to talk about everything that I've done because ultimately I feel like there are lessons to be gleaned from my experience for anybody looking to get into the industry. Little things like when I say have a backup plan, I don't mean be ready to pull the ripcord and bail on Twitch. But I am saying like very few people can survive on streaming alone. And honestly, an awful lot of the financial security I have came from selling pretzel. I made more money selling pretzel. If you count stock, Song Trader stock. If you count Song Trader stock, I made more money in a weekend selling pretzel than I did in in my best year and a half of streaming. That's 100% because of Nate, by the way. I will never not preface that with, without Nate, without Nate, I get a really cool idea for a company that dies on the vine, and if we're lucky, I'm able to liquidate the catalog so that we end up covering all of our expenses. But yeah, like ultimately, I'm excited to go to MagFest to talk to people about like not putting all their eggs in one basket and making sure that they diversify their interests. Having a plan for after Twitch, you know, even if you're doing well on Twitch, there should be something floating around inside your noggin for when you're not streaming anymore. But I don't know. I like talking shop. You guys know this. I love talking shop. And MagFest gives me an opportunity to talk shop with people who literally chose to be there to listen to me. Everyone who's there was there because they wanted to engage in the conversation. I'm not boring anybody with it. Heck, if it wasn't for this channel, I'd still be an awkward, nervous hermit. Talking to people here every day has really helped me with my social skills and actually being comfortable being myself. Yeah, you and me both. You and me both, Ryan. I've said on any number of occasions that one of the things I'm most grateful for when it comes to this channel, one of the things I'm most grateful to the experience for is I think, ooh, that's really bad. I genuinely think, maybe not to the degree of like Rad Ripper, right? But I do think that I would still be stuck in some antiquated ideas about people, and I would still be stuck in some antiquated ideas about, you name it. You name a controversial topic, and I'd probably still be kind of wedged in some 1980s taught by boomers who go to church type stuff, ideologies. And ultimately being here, this old dog learned new tricks a lot faster than he would have on his own. And what's funny is that for having a theater degree, and for having some experience in advertising, it's ironic that this place has made me way more comfortable in my skin when it comes to like public speaking. I'd have to imagine that even my like even my potential if there's ever a return to theater, I think it would be very funny if I got back into theater and felt more comfortable. Because of Twitch, of all things. Just invent and sell shit to make money easy. Yeah, it's all you gotta do to find financial security is to create something that doesn't exist yet. Convince a whole bunch of people that they need it. Don't go broke while you're inventing it, and then sell it to them. Sell it to them for almost 8 figures. No big deal. I attended creator conferences, and man, your advice was so much better than a lot of people's. Not that Taffy was at that conference, but like comparatively. It's so funny because if this goes down again, I think having Jared, the 8-bit drummer, and me side by side, I think having Jared and me side by side is an idyllic situation. You little rat bastard. Is an idyllic situation because Jared is he's very follow your dreams. He's very have confidence in yourself. He's very, you know, with the right effort and the right attitude and the right work ethic, you can achieve whatever you set your mind to. And I don't ever want people to feel like that's not the case because that's where I started too. Tears down is probably not desirable. But it's funny to hear him be like, he leads out with like, follow your dreams, try very hard, and then I come in like right behind him and go, and sometimes you just have to accept that still won't be enough. And he's like, well, and I'm like, well, he and I like each other very much, but like, he's the parent who's just like, you have to do something with your life that you enjoy. And I'm the parent who's like, but also you should make sure your fucking bills get paid. Yeah, 8-bit drummer, Jared, he's amazing. I love him. I love that dude so much. I wish I had the intellectual freedom necessary to just be more like him. As far as his outlook goes with life, I genuinely kind of put him in that same creator bucket as Lars, where I'm just like, you know what? That person's a positive presence in both their communities and on Twitch. Just in case I find PhD. Like that person, oh Jesus. That person's a positive presence and they're proof of the power of positivity. And I should try to wrangle that the next time that I'm feeling real spicy and pessimistic and cynical. Because the irony's not lost on me that there are fewer than 1,000 people out there who do better than me on this platform with my cynical, snarky, sad-ass attitude some days. But Jared's fucking one of them. Jared is one of them, and he does it all with a smile on his face and a hop in his step. So it's just proof positive. It's just proof positive that that I feel like both his and my pragmatic versus boundlessly optimistic attitudes both have a home in this career choice. Yeah, honestly, Jay, you're absolutely right. You can't be successful without both those lines of thoughts. It's very difficult to know when. The hard part, really, I think, is determining at different points in time. Each of those trains of thought have to take the wheel. There are times where, you'll have somebody who gets in your ear and goes, "This is never gonna work. This is never gonna work. We're gonna fail. We're gonna fall apart." And it's like, well, yeah, man. If you keep thinking and acting like that, we absolutely are. Why don't you get your fucking chin up and let's just go do the work? And I've been that person before. But I've also, my job with 99 Lives and Pretzel was that I was the professional warrior. I was the team's designated warrior. I was the team's designated pessimist. And it was never that I wanted things to fail or wanted them to go wrong. It was always just when I felt like there was boundless optimism that wasn't supported by a logical plan, I would go insane. I would go mad when I felt like there was boundless optimism from certain individuals that wasn't backed up by any logic whatsoever. Don't worry, man, this is just gonna work out. And I'm like, you need to be able to tell me why. Because, man, because we got destiny on our side. And I'm like, that's not good enough and not real. That's not a real reason a business succeeds. You gotta give me more. I guess that's ultimately it. It's, I don't want to say pessimistic. That's not the right word. Aggressively pragmatic. I am aggressively pragmatic. I love that Taffy is the dose of reality. In the end, it's of the day, it's like a job. It is work, you can have fun with it, but it isn't just all fun time. No. Honestly, like, and it has nothing to do with y'all. Like I said, I'll shoot you straight. Once or twice a year, chat makes me want to fist fight them real bad. That's great though. I can't tell you how many times I wanted to fist fight customers when I waited tables. It was once or twice a week, not once or twice a year. Once or twice a year, I want to strap on gloves and just fight all of chat. I know I'm gonna lose, but I'm gonna get some licks in on the way down. But generally speaking, it's almost never chat that gives me consternation. It's almost exclusively like how much work it is, how I'm not young anymore. This would be so much an easier job if I was 25. If I was 25 and just filled with boundless energy and optimism, then maybe, you know, didn't have a wife, didn't have kids, all of a sudden I've got 6 figures in the bank and nothing to spend it on except toys. Then I think this would be a very different conversation, but yeah, generally speaking, sitting in the chair and doing this work is an easy job. It is fun, and it's hard to do well consistently. But yeah, it's stressful. It's stressful for sure, and it is. There are days where you'd rather just check out or quit, and it's not an option because in my mind, the days that you check out or try to check out or try to quit are the days that you start down the slippery path of just kind of like creating your own irrelevance, and that's very scary because the path back is not very easy. So there's just a part of me that on the days where I just feel like I'm shutting my head in a door, I have to remind myself that, you know, the moment that I start to let myself slip, there's gonna be a land grab in my spot. And the people who get it are not gonna give it back to me without a fight. The panel that Rini saw was just kind of naive BS, this 20-year-old person telling us to sell NFTs on their platform. They should use that money to plant trees to save the world. Oh my god. Rini, if I'd been on that panel, it'd have been the fucking eye roll heard round the world. It would have been the eye roll that actually affected climate change. A cooling wind circled the globe this morning that originated from the eyes of one Ryan Capps, who eye-rolled so aggressively that it changed the tilt and rotation of the Earth. You would have heard some 20-year-old kid down at the end of the table going, "What we should do is embrace new technologies. We should get NFTs, sell them on your platform, and then use the money to be the change you want to see in the world. Plant trees. Travel the world. Open your horizons." Taffy, did you have something you wanted to add? I feel like I just did. Yeah, that covers it. Yeah, that's most of it. Yeah, I got it. That was the rest of it. It hung. It hung in the back there. It got caught on my epiglottis, but now it's up. When you make it, and I have faith that each and every one of you will make it. Each and every one of you will be the protagonist of your own story. You will be the center of your own universe when you make it. These are the details I feel like you should follow. Taffy? Yes. I'm sorry, I didn't even realize I made that noise this time. That came out of me? Ooh, man. I thought I stifled that. I am so sorry. Whew. If I had known there was gonna be this much bullshit in the room, I would have worn those little protective baggies on my feet. I did not bring galoshes. Please don't murder me. See, because that's like the thing with me is like the playful back and forth that happened with Jared and me a couple of years ago at MagFest was two guys who frankly had made it. Both of us had what everybody wanted. Yeah, let's do Immaculate Conception. Both of us had what everybody else in that room wanted. We had just kind of gotten there from slightly different angles, so we both acknowledged that neither one of our takes were invalid. But they were very different takes. And if I was on a panel with people who were just like, listen, chat, last year I made over $35,000 streaming, and I gave half of that away to my local food bank because I live with my parents still and can. The other half I used as a down payment on a Tesla. So my advice to you, and I'm like, just stop! Stop talking! Stop talking! I'm sorry. I said the quiet part loud. I'm sorry. Please go on. Don't go on. Don't go on. Stop talking. I'm sorry. I'm being inconsiderate. Please. I'm so interested in hearing everything else that you have to say. Please go on. What valuable insights you're sharing with everyone. And Taffy rolled his eyes so hard the poles flipped. Yeah, deranged optician, if you think back to that guy who tried to single-handedly submarine his career by saying he didn't read chat because he openly acknowledged that chat was beneath him. And Bikeman was just sitting down at the end of the table going like, the fuck did he just say? Did this Mine just say that he didn't want to read chat because he openly acknowledges that he's better than chat? Woo! I'm gonna pour me some water. That's where I would have been. I guarantee you at some point I would have let out with like, oh, that's interesting. That's an interesting take. Oh, thank you, Taffy. Did you have anything to add? I mean, my take is different because I work for a living doing this. And I need this money to survive, so I wouldn't do most of what you said. But, it's, you know, that is, what you said sure is something. That is a thing that you said. Hoo-wee, Rick. Why can I imagine Taffy as a jaded truck stop waiter who serves you coffee with a cigarette hanging out of his mouth who says, look, kid, and gives you the single piece of advice that changes your life. How's the download looking? The PlayStation is still white lighted, which I think is a good sign. Previously, it was orange. And the orange light, I think, was it running back an error on me. I thought it had just gone to sleep and that the download was still going. But it looks like it's still functioning. Yeah, I got all the respect for Jared in the world. He obviously can say whatever he wants and it's valid because he's succeeded doing it exactly his way. And he's done better than me. You have to do nothing but scoreboard me to shut me up at that point. He wouldn't. That's the thing, though, is that Jared would never do that. Jared would never scoreboard me, but he could. I'm gonna hold on to one. Hey! Persistenacituity. Yeah, just it was super funny to me at like, I have to be careful because I'm under NDA not to talk about anything that I heard while I was there, but I can say I was at a Twitch online meetup where they just talked to the partners about partnery things. And at one point they split us up into mixer sessions. Poorly phrased. I should have said that differently. They split us up into little groups to meet each other into little pods for sort of meet and mingle sessions with one another. And it was just very funny to me because I'm just so old. Like, in Twitch terms, I'm fucking ancient. Nice. In Twitch terms, I'm ancient. And so, like, I felt a little bit like I don't ever want to come off as the guy who shits on people just because they're younger than me, right? Like, young people absolutely can be more successful than me and smarter than me at a lot of things, Twitch included. There are absolutely people who are better at this game than me. There are absolutely people who are better at this game than me, who are years and years and years younger than me. But we were in this little pod getting to know each other. And I said this story the other day that they had staff in there and they had prompts that were just kind of like, hey, we're gonna give you guys little prompts to stir up conversation among the partners so you guys can network and meet each other and, you know, get to know your fellow partners. So they put us in this group, and in this group they were like, why don't you guys tell, you know, everybody say when you got partnered. Everybody say when you got partnered. Like, how long's it been since you got partnered? And everybody in this group was just like, well, I got partnered in August. I got partnered in February. And one guy was like, well, I got partnered in 2020. And folks were like, oh, wow, you've been partnered a while. And I'm just sitting there in Kentucky at this Minecraft computer just going, and they're like, what about you, Laffy? And I was like, I got partnered so long ago, I don't know when I got partnered. What did Glitch do? Did Glitch buy out your throne list? Or did you get money? Or did he do both? He's capable of doing both. Honestly, Glitch and Champion and JJ Madison and Rusty Brazenfire are the reason that I have thousands and thousands of dollars of stuff on Throne. Because genuinely, I don't want any of them to have the power to just crush the buy all button. Because frankly, that list is hard to keep populated. It's the most first world problem in the history of first world problems. He gave me more money for lunch. That sounds like Glitch. Chipotle messed up Reenie's order too badly. Glitch heroed up. That tracks. But yeah, it was very funny because, like, I answered questions honestly and I tried to speak every time they asked a question, but like, it was very funny to me to hear everyone saying like, oh, I've been partnered a while now. 2.5 years I've been partnered. Whoops. And I was like, oh, I started this account in 2011 and was partnered 7 years ago. I want them both. I'll take Jelly Belly though. I was like, I'm coming up on my 7-year partnership. I've been streaming full time and doing nothing else for money for longer than most of you have been partnered. I didn't say that part. That part would have been douchey, super douchey. But the thought in my head was, I've been streaming full time for longer than most of you have been partnered. Horf. Not gonna lie, I was looking at the buy all button the other day on mine or someone else's. If you were
Shot speed.
If you were looking at mine, I'm gonna put like the $1,000 TV back on there. One of you, mine? Yeah, one of you crazy fuckers can do it, but I'm gonna make it sting. It's gonna feel financially comparable to ripping off a bandage. It's gonna feel like a wax strip for sure. I'll see to it. I can't have one of you doing that to me. I wish I was partnered in 2019. Being partnered doesn't really change anything. I've been partnered for 7 years, and all they've really done recently is take features away from me. You're still left almost exclusively to your own devices. Unless you can prove to Twitch that you're as valuable as unless you can prove to Twitch that you're as valuable as, like, Summit. Being partnered doesn't really change a whole lot of anything. I can't count the number of people I've seen. I can't count the number of people I've seen who have made partner just to think that there was gonna magically be like a private chartered jet that took them to San Francisco so that Twitch could explain their path to becoming a multi-millionaire international celebrity. Just to see them, I'll go to PAX East if Noah finds me work. I think it's fine enough. I'm okay with getting rid of them as long as I don't have piercing tears. Oh god, this might have been a better room for it though. Oh well. Who knows, maybe I would have missed. Taffy, just come to PAX East, I'll pay you cash. We'll see. I'll never say never. But I don't know, man. I just feel underwhelmed most of the time that I go to Boston for PAX East. Like, the conference is a huge, like, it's essentially a bowl, you know? It's like a nerd aquarium. It's this depression in more than one sense of the word, where you ride these escalators down into the conference bowl in the building, and it's basically a windowless, doorless, circulationless, like, descent into, like, nerd soup. I thought, I didn't get rid of the ones that fly. But I shit you not that when you ride the escalators down into PAX East, when you ride the escalators down into the conference itself, you feel yourself lowering down into essentially a conference hall-sized bowl that's underground, that is just like, you can feel yourself hitting layers of sweat and breath. And I used to say that, I said that from my first time there. I said that. And that, please? And that was pre-COVID times. But like, the escalator just descends you down into this like soup of breath and anxiety sweat. And while it's cool to see some stuff there, like, it also really kind of hinges on what kind of weather you're getting from Boston. Because I've had some times there where, like, I couldn't even go see, like, sightsee the city of Boston because it was, like, lethally cold outside. Yeah, like, Noah went to PAX East. It was one of the last things he did before... It's one of the last things he did before he locked himself down for COVID with everybody else. Oh, 2020. No, I didn't go during 2020. I don't think anybody I know went during 2020. Maybe Noah did. I think Noah did. And then he instantly came straight here from a conference, hugged all of us, and then handed us swag that he'd collected for us. Yeah, I heard PAX West was a ghost town. April 21 through 24, maybe. I might be in Idaho. So I'm probably gonna be broadcasting from my folks' place the first week in April. There's a potential plan in action to make good on that trip that I didn't take 2 years ago. There is potentially a plan to make good on the trip I didn't take 2 years ago. To go see my parents and stream from their place, and then I might actually take a weekend, leave my kids. It's all dependent on what COVID's doing. Leave my kids with my parents. I think I kept saying in-laws. I didn't mean to. Usually, if I make plans, it's with my in-laws because I only see my parents once every couple of years. But leave my kids with my parents, and potentially go down to Vegas and hang out with some friends for a couple days. And take Amber with me. But if I do all that, there's almost no chance that in that same month I'm gonna go to Boston and take a long weekend off. I just need there to be more of a reason for me to go to Boston. Sorry, Chaos. Nothing against you personally, but I need more of a reason to go to Boston than there's just a con there, you know? I can't see shit. There we go. I know for sure I'm going 100% going to TwitchCon in 2022. I would like very much to go to TwitchCon. I'd like to go to both of them this year, but we'll see. Every time I try to make plans, the world just kind of shuts down around me. Let's get people to go in chat, make it a big goal. Y'all can't afford it. You'd be asking me to try to fit 4 weeks of streaming into 2 weeks. Take 1 week off in the beginning of April and essentially go to Idaho and Vegas, and 1 week off in the middle of April to go to Boston. And then you'd be asking me to fit you'd be asking me to fit a full 4 weeks worth of full-time streaming into 14 days. A live stream from the con? Sure. You get me in touch with Intel or Corsair. Get me a dedicated streaming space from the con floor. Hell, while you're at it, Chaos, if you're making all this happen for me. First of all, Noah's fired and you're hired. But then secondly, get me paid for it. You know what I mean? Like, why spend your money when you could just spend Corsair's? Get me Corsair's money. Get me $500 a day. Plus $100 a day cash stipend. Like, per diem.
Range up.
And get me a dedicated stream booth. Get me a dedicated stream booth from their showroom floor. And I'll stream every day while I'm at PAX. I'm starting to learn to say no to Noah when he asks me to do things that I don't want to do. I'm getting better about it. I'm not good at it, as is evidenced by the fact that I'm in 2 fantasy football leagues now instead of 0. I tried to go from 1 to 0 and he talked me into a second one. I tacoed it up pretty bad. This year. Noah was trying to convince me to take care of my roster because apparently there's a playoff slot on the line for me. And I just fucking couldn't be bothered. The back end, I just didn't care. But yeah, even in an ideal world where we're just like, oh man, just stream from there. It's like, okay, I need either all the streaming equipment necessary, like duplicate copies. I need duplicate copies of, hold on, let's do this. Hold on, I have an idea. What? Never again. I need duplicate. I need a streaming PC. We'll do what's it called? A Pelican case? One of those super hard cases that they like take a whole bunch of tech around in. Those called Pelican cases? Maybe it's just Pelican in my head because I've been playing so much Halo. Oh no, that's it. I'm absolutely right. Yeah, give me a top-of-the-line streaming PC and a Pelican case. Give me a 140 hertz monitor. Give me a duplicate of my RGB Corsair keyboard. Give me all the cordage that I need and a duplicate Razer Naga. And make sure that I have a comfortable chair. And an adequate desk at my Airbnb. Because I've done this before. I went with Nate to Irvine, California for 2 weeks. And streamed from an Airbnb for 2 weeks, and it cost Nate over $1,000. And a borrowed top-of-the-line PC. I had to borrow a PC from FlameGoat, and Nate ended up spending almost $1,000 to get me hardwired into the Airbnb's Ethernet so that I could stream almost the exact same hours I normally streamed, but just not from my house, from Irvine, California. I have a bring your own PC arena. You also have to take into account that I'm going to need you to pay for my editors. My editors are still going to be technically on independent contractor staff, even though there won't be any usable Isaac for a week, or for a long weekend. None of that footage is going to be usable for YouTube. If I were to actually do it from inside, at this point I'm still not doing this. But at this point it's an academic exercise. Why are we so fucking slow? Just stream from Boston hits my ear the same way as just don't be poor hits my ear when it comes to like, man, I wish I had more money. Well, have you tried not being poor? I have a design for an all-integrated Pelican cased streaming PC. I'm slowly working on it. Your problem is still network connectivity. I mean, yeah, that's a terrible issue with Boston's PAX is that when you're at PAX in Boston, your phone loses. Like, Boston and Seattle are both terrible. I don't know why. It's just the PAXs. The PAXs are just terrible when it comes to. When you're on the showroom floor, you straight up can't even check your messages or send a tweet. So, as an academic exercise, this has been fun. I'm not going to Boston. Oh, Jelly Belly, you're so good. These items have kind of been garbage. Alright, well that's better. For sure. I have like more soul hearts just chilling back here, don't I? That I literally just left on the floor. Oh god, it's such a long walk back. But Miles Morales said it wouldn't be ready until about 1:30, 1:45 anyway, so I guess we've got nothing to do but walk. That many connected people in one spot, all with high bandwidth demands. Yeah, I was gonna say, it's surprisingly difficult to stream away from your office. I will break time and space and warp reality with my bare hands. You sound like Noah. Hey, Rusty, that's exciting. Are you the one who asked me to put that on there? So, super discreet. Nearly missed it. I need to go through and do a purge of all the hot sauce. I am not the one who asked for it. That's exciting. Somebody asked me to put that on there. I don't remember who it was. Yeah, it's surprisingly difficult to stream outside of your office. I'm sure I could be a lawyer if I wanted to, if I wasn't supremely lazy. That doesn't stop a lot of the lawyers I know. I wouldn't count yourself out just based on the fact that you're lazy. I'm so slow on this run. Rusty, again, thank you so much. I'm excited. I do need to go through and purge. I mean, like Noah said, he'd take whatever hot sauces I don't want out of my fridge, but well, shit, I might have gotten rid of the little clay face dudes. They show up all the way throughout the run. But unfortunately, Ice Baby froze them, so they didn't get a chance to like process into the next ones. You still have coffee on the throne with? Oh, really? I should probably remove that. I need to go through and populate that with things that I actually want that are not like heinously expensive. I feel like any casual person who, you know, like I say casual, like Lost Romeo, a lot of other channels would kill to have Lost Romeo in their midst. But compared to some of the maniacs who haunt this place, Lost Romeo does really nice things for me that are... reasonable by any normal human being standards. I feel like if someone new shows up and they're kind of jazzed about the idea of Throne, and then they go onto that list and all they see on there is 3 figures and up, I feel like it paints me in a bad light, so I need to go on there with stuff that I actually want that is beneath the triple-digit range. I feel like for any casual person who's trying to decide whether or not they want to get in on the memery here, it paints me in a bad light if they go to Throne and Throne is just littered with $100, $200, $300, $1,000 items. Maniacs in what way? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Yo, give me those tears, please. Thank you. Oh my. Oh my. This run's turning around. Die, die, die. I haven't played Overwatch in a long time. Do we need a $10,000 item on there? Only as a deterrent to keep Glitch and Champion from buying it all, hitting the buy all button. That said, the frugalist, is that a word? Can I say frugalist? A person with frugal tendencies? A professional frugler? The frugal tendencies in me has a hard time with the idea of, even as a meme, putting like a $2,000 TV or something on there. Because we have a plan in place. We have a plan in place that I'm gonna buy my next TV in January when they're at their cheapest. Even if I'm a mooch and I let chat buy it for me because I live a weird, blessed existence. There's a part of me that likes the idea of doing it in January one way or the other so that it's as inexpensive as it can possibly be. I don't want chat to spend money on me that is super frivolous, you know? I couldn't find a buy none button, so I just left. Professional frugler. Never had an issue with connectivity at Gamescom in Germany. Not sure what they do differently. They don't make a big deal out of spending tax money on... They don't make a big deal out of spending tax money on infrastructure. Lisa! What was I gonna do? I feel like I had something. I feel like I lost it. Mostly because I had something and I can't remember what it was, so I guess I lost it. Oh, right, at one point I was gonna say, like, if I get the ear of somebody at Throne, I'll put Amber's fucking car on there. And we'll see whether or not, like, obviously it would be a huge headache. And obviously it's not the kind of thing that Throne would want to have happen often. But I think it would be so smart of them if that were to happen. Like, for example, you know, Champion, who I'm pretty sure was kidding, but you just never know with him. Champion intimated that if he was allowed to buy Amber's car, he would just want to pick the license plate, the vanity plate. It would take someone like him to make that happen, or it would take somebody in a comparable situation on somebody else's channel. I've just never heard of anybody else being like that on someone else's channel. It'd be a huge headache for Throne, but man, oh man, would it be great PR that would cost them very little besides the effort of getting it done. What a monster tweet / news story / front page Reddit post that is. Fan uses Throne to buy streamer they like a car. One of my brand new Hue lights stopped working, so I left an angry review and said I'm buying Philips Hue bulbs instead, only to realize I'm not willing to pay Philips Hue bulb prices, so I have to eat humble pie and rebuy them. Curse you, Amazon, for giving me options for my anger. That's funny. I'm gonna find a video, speaking of German infrastructure, I'm gonna find a video that I saw the other day on YouTube that was super funny. That I obviously won't watch or react to on stream, but I thought it was hilarious. Does Shia have a Tesla on his? For real? I didn't know that. I'll 100% put a Toyota Sienna on there just to see what happens. Chat, mute me for 3 minutes and go watch that.
Judgment.
Mute me for 3 minutes and whatever, 8 seconds and go watch that. Just add a private island. Might do. Might do. Yeah, Hawford's so good. When I think about German efficiency versus, you know, American entitlement, I'm just like, no wonder their shit works better than ours. We haven't touched our shit since the 80s. I can't imagine we're gonna see those things again on this floor, but I gotta use it. Gotta use that charge for something.
Judgment.
Very strong. A lot of judgments on this floor. Unfortunately, they're all paying off with health. Cletus, what's going on, homie? I got hit by a spider of all things. We're gonna finish this run with 0.76 speed. Neat. Come here, big boy. No. Just no. Just no. Oh yeah, I should totally wriggle the PlayStation controller just to be safe. Hey, never mind, we got a speed upgrade. Hallelujah, praise his name. Knockback saving me. Well, I mean, it's also I got 2 spooky. And Jelly Belly. So things can only get so close to me, and the things that can get close to me might just bounce off me. Yes, lay on the ground, you idiot. Whee! It's not that devastating a run.
Someday, Bumbo, lucky Bumbo, someday the Bumbo is a bad Bumbo. He got corn.